Shuffling songs by Lo-Fi Beats on Amazon Music.
Yo, it's Wednesday, my Caroline. Recent chat. How you guys doing?
How are you guys doing?
That was gonna come. But yeah, man, we go so quick though. Like, we're just gonna go through the chat, just chilling, basically. To be honest, chat and chill.
Chat and check.
I change that name to that. Hi, is that line? But, yeah, God is looking kind of crazy today. But I'm still so curious with this market structure. I want to see this change though. So trade down and I'm managing them to see if we can change the market structure. But God is looking good overall, so good. As long as we get the risk playing with the good. Then I will use this okay as well. When there's nothing too much to go through the chat, let's run up with it here, talk and talk again. But nothing really changed. The market just give us the pullback and everything is just calm now. It's just now how we gonna manage the trade, the mindset behind it. I'm actually trying to play these trades out well. So it's looking good. Double and like a trade will put together here. We analyze the charts together. Top down and but the trade is a little bit profit. The area is the trade, yeah. They may profit, but let's see if it's gonna pull back. I just want to play on this trade. Somewhere here. That's most likely gonna go there. Yeah, this market looks bullish as fuck. Just don't want to expect that. Oh, price action. Clean.
So where's your 3 pin candles?
You can see them, bro. I don't even have to show you.
I'm saying they look clean though.
Yeah.
Clean.
I know what Lamin got, but chat I don't have too much honestly. So just 30 I didn't touch that today. But overall, yes, that is looking good. So I think it's setting up for something big.
That is crazy.
See that, yeah, bro. The last video we were saying we're gonna target US 30. We're gonna target this level once it break back above it. Look what happened on that day. We just break it here and back. Oh, that was really a trend. Because this was the trade that we were seeing that day.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously we target that this area, this previous monthly high, but we were like if price closes back above this key area, and the next day we might look for buy and look at the breakout above here. So clean. This here. the breakout, we break, we retest, and even close back up on the 5 minute is so clean. Overall, this that is doing good. When this market is setting up as well, putting back, imagine come all the way to this game. But yeah, that's that for US 30. The areas are just plain. So now potentially if this 200 EMA holds here, and that is on the 1 hour time frame, I feel like price might start to bounce from there. If not, we can have more pullback. Still have all these levels marked out. So I'm just gonna track them. Okay, so worst case scenario. Let's check this level is strong. My TikTok audience. Where there? Where's my camera? The estate is looking clean to the car lie. All the charts are just looking clean. It's just patient now. Patient, patient. Take profit when it's appropriate.
It's gonna take this quick. I remember when he was putting this and it was Monday.
Yeah, that's when the Ooh, that looks hard as fuck, bro. The TikTok people are gonna enjoy it now. That's what I was saying. There was just no space, bro. That looks so hard. Crazy. Now the charts are actually looking like exactly how we want it. Then this side here. Yeah, let me join. Allah, alaikum, how you doing?
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Now I can hear you. The volume was down.
Ah, okay.
How you
How,
doing? How's your day been?
Alhamdulillah, it's been good, man. I'm not gonna lie. This few days since I came from Leeds, I was a
Yeah.
bit ill, I'll be honest, man. I wasn't really feeling
Nah,
myself.
I feel you. I feel you. We're good as well, man. Nothing too much. I was just talking to today. Well, like the churches are good, but there's nothing too crazy.
Ah, yeah, 100% without a doubt.
Have you been on the chat there on today?
Yeah, obviously, the pair that we were discussing about on Sunday, which was I think Euro USD, well, Euro dollar, um
Yeah.
taken other thing, two positions. Then I've not really traded until about today on gold, surprisingly. But other than that, it's been a bit of everything this week, though, to be honest.
Are you on a buy and goal or you in sell?
Nah, on a buy, sell.
You know why I'm asking? Because bro, I'm coming across a lot of fucking videos on YouTube live, bro. People are doing some dumbest prediction there. I'm thinking, yeah, you might are backwards right now, bro. So I'm just taking the piece basically.
But trust me, that's why I said I don't. When it comes to following the masses and stuff like that, I avoid it at all. Cause man, I've
Yeah,
seen
you're
it
gonna be
around, a lot
looking
of
for
people
sells
selling
right now.
gold, a lot of people talking about the rally on gold is apparently finished. This blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's actually setting up because that drop there, bro. That drop was like clearly like you know
Profit taking that was, I think.
end of the day. Because I feel like a lot of people are trying to invest in gold, so obviously price needs to like drop down a bit before we can have another push.
Exactly, and then and then the second thing, well, secondly, what I think is the fact that there was a lot of hype around gold, well, obviously going on to all time
Yeah,
highs like that. So there's gonna come a point in price where people need to kind of take off those profits out of the table, and that's kind of caused the rally that we're seeing on gold. But I do believe we still very much in the bullish side of things, to be honest. It's
I
just
agree.
like I
I
said, it's
agree.
just taking a lot of panicking. Gold is on all time highs. This that blah blah blah. So I think what I'm trying to say that the sell off that we're seeing is mainly based on sentiment rather than obviously macros and fundamental. I feel like it's more
Okay.
sentiment than everything, to be honest.
Now, the market, yeah, like we said, we go with what the market is trying to tell us. Other than
Exactly.
nothing too much. But yeah, I was just on US 30, man. Like this US 30 trade. I was just because Monday we were just seeing price needs to break. And once we
Yeah.
have a breakout above here, we
Mm-hmm.
might see pushing to 47,000. And that's literally the market that's just did that. And then we had a pullback. That's basically what we're talking about. Nothing
Yeah.
too
Okay.
crazy. But I can go through gold. I can go through gold because gold is looking good. And then Euro USD, and then you can show us, some charts as well. But I feel like for me, there's nothing too much to analyze here. Honestly, I'm in a trade right now on gold, so I just wanna see and manage that, see what price action does from there. But
Yeah.
from that, there's nothing really crazy. But on on Monday, we was looking for gold around here because overall that time we were at that point, and you can see here we have a double top reaction there
Yeah.
before this anyway. So that sell off from here makes sense after going back to watch it now. So
Mm-hmm.
what happened here? Because price was basically reacting out this zone, and then obviously we was looking to see if we can had some reaction on this inside bar here, candle here, this candle. So we might see some continuation. But obviously, as you can see here, there's nothing showing that gold is even gonna react on that. But that is like if you are trading on the 15-minute time frame, you know what I mean? Because at that time, the structure on the 15-minute time frame, this was some form of higher after we break here. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason we were looking for that area. But
Mm-hmm.
again, since this structure here, we didn't take out that main structure here, which is this overall leg here,
That
feel like it's okay. So even if gold now reacting off from that area, we know we still in one
like
structure this high here. So as long as price is trading above these levels here, we should be
yeah.
good. And you can see here we're having a nice reaction there right now.
Yeah.
So right now, what I'm seeing on gold as if I start to see market trading back above this area, then I'll be like, okay, we might start to see more buys coming. But
Yeah.
this area I'm monitoring. So if market gets there, I might see price action on there based on the trade that I'm in. If
Yeah.
I need to sell out some trade, I'll do that. But yeah, at this point, I might be up about 1 to 4, 1 to 5. So
Exactly, same as me. I've had that area sort of marked up, and then I entered with not the usual risk that I take on my trades and stuff. It was
yeah,
reduced risk due to the simple fact that yeah, although it reacted of that area, but we needed to see some more obviously clarification, some more market structure showing us that is looking to to apparently those rallies going up. But yeah, like I said, like we've been saying for the last I don't know how many videos,
yeah,
there's literally not too much, not a lot out there for us to to be changing perspectives of obviously our buyers and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, overall, very bullish on the metals,
yeah.
and it's just a bit of yeah what it is.
I feel like it's gonna be brilliant, man. That because right now it's like, okay, you understand everything. We did all the work that we need to do. So now it's just a matter of market actually doing what we expect it to do. I feel like that is where we need to apply more personal things, like when it yourself how you go against the chart. Because
Yeah,
end of the day, if you know that and you believe that price is gonna go back here and you catch some trade here, as long as the risk calculated,
yeah,
you know, feel like you should be good. Because you know why? Even if market don't end up giving you the exact move that you're looking for, you know how much you're risking behind this trade.
Yeah.
So even if price then decide to go a bit dumper
Mm-hmm.
down, yeah, all you gotta do pay attention to market structure. Like the only time you need to be like, okay, maybe gold might start to drop more now. You need to wait for price action to actually
Yeah.
break. But as long as you know you following the rules, you catch the entry, you know what the outcome might be for that trade, you know exactly where market needs to go based on your analysis. Not only that, it's like you actually been seeing it happening in the market over and over again. So it's time to like maybe build some trust within yourself and be like, okay, I'm
Exactly.
try to find out what might happen on this trade because you've been learning this thing for like years, and you know when it's time for you to execute that trade and you just be there like feeling like, oh, you're just guessing this. You're not guessing, like you actually been doing your thing. All you gotta do is believe in yourself a bit more and
Nah,
just
yeah, 100% without a doubt. And then I think the bottom line to that is being able to believe in your system, and then being able to believe in whatever um you trade, or whatever sort of strategy that you use to execute obviously the financial markets and stuff like that. But other than that, I feel like there's nothing for us to worry too much. Yeah, losses are part of the game. We taking two losses this week, it is what it is, to move on.
at the end of the day, for you to be able to execute, you need to know how much is gonna open the position. Like my business says, it's like I'm gonna put this certain amount of money behind this trade to find out how much it's gonna cost me, if the odds are gonna be in my favor or not. If they're not, at least you calculated the risk that's behind
Exactly.
on that trade, so you're good.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, man, that was just that on gold, and this is for EURUSD. And you can see this was that Monday trade.
Yeah.
Um, this trade was risking like point 0.25 on the account, so it's
Mm.
minus anyways. But we were just trying to build price action at that point with EURUSD. So it's like, again, these losses can happen, but
Yeah.
it's like, did you follow what you need to do for you to be able to be like, okay, I'm just gonna try to take this trade in here. So the
Mm.
reaction that is happening here is building on something that you built in the past. So
Yeah.
at that time, for you to find out what's gonna happen here at this level here, is for you to calculate your risk, how much I'm gonna risk on this trade based on this signs that I'm seeing. It's because at that point all the criteria is met for me. And I mean I'm seeing
Exactly.
a rejection here, and I'm seeing like some form of trip information here. I took the trade, and obviously price then end of
Yeah,
pulling
exactly.
further fall to the extreme point. So it's a valid loss. Again, like this is the only way I would have find out what the outcome might be for this trade. Um, so that is probably
And then the one thing that I'll probably add on to that is, as long as obviously you've been able to follow the system, you've been able to stick to your rules, then even if the outcome or the setup is not as obviously you would have preferred, then that's I personally don't really count that as a loss. I rather count that as a lesson. What are the things that I've learned in it? What are the things that I needed to improve? Was it that I was a bit impatient? Was it this? Was it that? Or was it simply that market price action didn't really respect our criteria? Then move on, journal it, and that's it.
not for real, because at that time anyway, so like that the reason we took this bias around here, if you look at market price action at the time this happened here, obviously the 1 hour time frame, we had a nice counter trend all the way to like this, 1 hour area that we had marked on back in on the daily time frame. So price then even gets there, we had a nice forced reaction here. If we were to continue with this counter trend that we was in here, after we make this lower low here, idea for this is to make what another lower low below here.
Yeah. Which
But that didn't happen. So instead, price then hold above here. We push higher and then break this structure here, which is giving us new high here. And then obviously we had another pullback that is now as higher low. Why? Because price did break this structure here. And then obviously we have a new higher high here. So this higher low that formed here, we confirm this. Why? Because we also break that structure high here, and then making this as a higher high. So at that point, when price come all the way here, you need to be only looking for one thing, which is for price to do like a new higher low here, and then continue going high so we can take that structure. If that don't happen, we might see price come all the way to like the actually 4 hour structure that we're in. So
Ah, yeah,
that's
ex- yeah,
in
yeah,
all
nah, facts. But like obviously, I think you remember the setup that I posted on Woo. That's what I said. Is obviously it's either one thing. The market is going to respect the area, or we gonna see a bit of a deeper retracement, or perhaps those higher time frame sort of areas, which in this case it happened. So yeah, like I said, it's a valid loss. We documented it, and it is what it is. We just move on, to be honest.
Oh, it's good, man. I just journal them like they're literally crazy. All the trade I've been taking the past months, I have everything journal. But for that, we're just gonna go with the market structure right now. Honestly, on Euro USD, we know the dollar is actually not too good. So we can just start with the dollar. So we know the logic that is behind Euro USD. So for me, when I come to the dollar on the daily time frame, like all our videos, I just been telling you the dollar this level. So
Yeah,
dollar is looking super bearish right now. You know why? Because the structure that we was in is still bearish. So we're still making some lower highs
yeah,
here and lower highs here potentially because we're starting to see more bearish coming in this market. So as long as we trading below this level here, I strong believe that the dollar might dump again to 96. So that is the idea. Because if you compare this structure to the Euro USD structure, we're building the same thing but in the opposite direction like this.
yeah.
Euro USD is something like this. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, the dollar is looking bearish, and the area that I'm looking for the shell on the dollar. First, I was trying to see if the market is going to react this key area that we had marked on here, which is this high here. And the reason for that is because price moved from this level to create a new higher high above here. So this is a valid structure point, and this will be the valid lower, sorry, higher high here that we got here. So obviously price end up doing what? We then change the character in the market. If now this is going to be a new lower high here, price should trade below here on the dollar, and we can already see that the sign on the dollar here after we come into this key area here, we're starting to change the trend. So we're
Yeah.
making some form of lower high here, lower low. So ideally, this is going to be the lower high that we'll have on the dollar now for price to end up, going back down to 97. uh, You know, and that is
And then on top of that, one thing that I wanted to obviously to add or onto that analysis of yours is that well, according to investors and stuff like that, they're also saying that due to all of the stuff that's going on within the US uncertainty, this the rate cuts and stuff, then they are saying that the dollar is devaluating at least 1% every 30 days. So, which is backing up your analysis in this case. It's just a case that's I wanted to kind of put up out there, but yeah,
now for sure, man. Yeah, the dollar is bearish. That's why we're looking for buys on the euro USD. So the good thing now what can happen on the dollar is one thing. If we start to see price trade back below this level here with enough volume, we might see a retest again and then continue going lower to this 7.500, and further break from that level here, we are gonna go to like 96. And you can see here we have some gap here that needs to fill on the dollar side anyways. Here there is a nice gap here that dollar needs to fill, and there is a lot of liquidity that's been building up with
be
this trend.
taken as well. Yeah,
That all needs to be gone. But yeah, overall, the dollar is looking super fully bearish. So if we get that drop here, the Euro USD is gonna be good. And with that, the Euro USD trade is basically backed up based on this dollar analysis here. Let's go back on the Euro real quick. Um, yeah, you can see that on the 1 hour time frame on the Euro side, we're making a new higher high here
yeah,
breaking this, and that is based on the 4 hour structure, because that is the first higher high on the 4 hour. So now price is giving nice bullish signs here after seeing this 1, 2, 3 pin formation here. So I believe we might start to see some push to the high on the euro side, but let's see what happens. Again, patient.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my analysis on these two pairs. So the euro is looking good because world, the same thing. So at this point for me, it's just I'm only on one position on the euro side of things.
Yeah.
So for sure, man, that is that. Talking about recommend.
Now, but yeah, obviously, if you would like, I'll probably go over some of the things that I can kind of add on to what you've said, which pretty much covers everything. Obviously, if you look at the videos, there's a lot of similarities in the way we do things. But however, I go over it, maybe
Yeah,
to
share your screen.
yeah.
Let's look at the chart from that. Chart. What's going on in TikTok here?
You're able to see that, yeah.
Yeah, I just need to put it on here. There we go. Bro, it's crazy that me and Lamin have been in the same losses.
Well, it's mad, yeah. Trust me,
That is
it's
crazy there, bro.
Mm, okay, let's readjust that. But I just so okay, based on obviously what Suleiman has said, we pretty much have the same thing, perhaps the same loss as well, surprisingly. But yeah, this was the sort of area that we were kind of weighing on due to the simple fact that we had created a higher high in here. Market reaches a bit and reacted to this level, giving well you giving this level for us as an area of demand which we perhaps had marked, but due to the fact that it was invalidated, I don't really have markings in there. But yeah, gave us a bit of an area of demand, then market reacted a bit again, nicely, then gave us an entry criteria, but then it was invalidated. However, it doesn't really mean that our bias has completely changed. That's not the case. It's just a valid loss. The price didn't really respect our projection, so we just move on to the other levels that we have on the charts, which is this one here. Aligning well with our area of size level in here, one here. Yeah, 1.600, which is this level in here. And then as we can see, the euro is reacting off that level very well. And then perhaps going up the week, we might see some more upper movement for this pair. But then I don't think so. There's a point of kind of going over the whole sort of price action as Suleiman has already gone over it. Where that is
Yeah,
that's the sort of idea behind the our year projections. At least going onto the end of this year, be bullish. We just gotta be respecting and then looking out for breakouts from previous higher highs, then looking for newer higher highs, then perhaps looking for areas of interest, then scaling up from there. But yeah, what I'm kind of looking well, what I'm kind of or what I kind of want the euro to do for me is at least a break above this area which we kind of have, and then a
yeah,
reaction run here, this area here, due to this rally up here, and then perhaps scale up and go up. That's the sort of we have, and then the other pair that I had obviously on my watch list as well is
seriously. They all just be doing the same thing,
yeah, exactly. Is the pound dollar. I was kind of waiting for this area. The market, literally didn't reacted on it for few pips. But yeah, as you can see, the thought process behind it is pretty much clear. Break of higher highs. We bullish on the side of we bearish on the side of the dollar, meaning that we are gonna be bullish on the side of the pound. However, with some budget deficits and stuff like that going on the area of the pound. But however, there was some events that we had that came out on the side of the pound, which reflected some positivity into the pound. So perhaps that was the sort of reason that we see this rally up here. So what I'm essentially waiting for is maybe a break out of these areas here, then a reaction down here, then
yeah.
perhaps continue to rallies. Then obviously also having a side look onto the news, onto what's going on to the UK. But however, the projection is very bullish.
Now for sure, man. The
Uh,
world just Situation. So,
And on the
situation.
on the Swissy. Okay, this was one area. I also had this area. I think I got invalidated from this area again. Well, on Monday or Tuesday, something like that. This was the area 500 around here. Then we have over at 750. So this was the areas we can see markets coming off these lower lows, well lower highs, then reacting of an area of interest. As we can see, we kind of got invalidated out of it due to the simple fact that price wasn't really ready to rally down. But as we can see, as long as uncertainty is persisting on the side of the dollar, then it's only right for us to be to be selling off the Swiss franc. But yeah, this is the area that I'm waiting for. As we can see, there's already a reaction in here. But what I would like to see going onto the onto the rest of this week is perhaps another confirmation, maybe breaking low here, creating a newer lower low, then perhaps reacting off this area of interest, then rallying down. That's the sort of projection that I'm looking the Swiss franc to do. And then the other pairs that I had on this side, my minor pairs, it was the dollar news, the GBP and TV. Uh, Simple reason is that obviously when there is uncertainty on the side of the dollar, then New Zealand is very fragile to uncertainty around the world. So we had this rally up here, breaking out of these highs, then an area of interest that he left in here on a higher time frame. I was kind of waiting for price to come all the way down here, which it didn't. But then it is what it is. As you can see, the price action is very simple and clear, which is backed by macro and fundamentals. And then the other thing that
Just looks like it might pull back, honestly.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, if it pulls back, then I'm just gonna take this area as an area of achievement, which the market wants to take. Then using that as a fuel to go up, due to also the fact that there was a lot of positivity on the news outcomes that came from the side of the pound.
no, for sure. Looking good though.
The other one that I had was this one. Market is already in our area. We didn't take it, but the projection is this for perhaps to go up. And I also have my the reasoning behind it, which is taken from investing.com. But yeah, those are the sort of things that I have. And then I'll probably quickly go over gold. Obviously, Suleiman has already done that. But yeah, same projection. That's the area. Be into bias, and then looking for more information. Perhaps
Really interest was crazy.
then giving us something like this, a confirmation area of interest cycle level, then rally up. That's the sort of thing that we're waiting for on the dollar, on gold.
Okay, I have 4,500 mark, so that is basically our target.
Yeah, that's the target for end of the year.
4,500. I feel like gold is so bullish right now, honestly.
It is this.
Like nothing that this price action is showing except bullish shine. So just be patient, bro. Like understand where you're taking the buys from and go from there.
Gold on $4,500.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we might go to 5,000 though, because that's the main psychological zone that we're in from 4,000 to 5,000. So the mid level would be 4,500. So
But yeah, I mean, even if you look at it, first how to quickly even scanning through it, there's no reasons for this area to be sort of invalidated. The previous impulsive move that we had, it was literally from this area breaking out these highs. These highs could have been taken, but due to the fact that there was a lot of sentiment here and there, people thinking that obviously gold's creating all-time highs, then perhaps we might start to see sell-offs. That was profit taking mainly. Profit taking, it was mainly due to these sales. But yeah, the projection is still clear, very bullish. So yeah, I guess it's not
sure,
much
man.
to call out.
Well, I know I'm stuck on 102 for now. I'm just waiting for price to actually do what I'm expecting it to do based on price action. So, other than that, just be patient, man. Like I
It's
said,
simple.
that as long as the risk behind is calculated and you
Yeah,
are okay with the risk, you're good. Because that's the only way you'll find out what's gonna happen next in the market. Because we trade, you know what I mean. So for us to trade, we need to put some money on the line, like which is risk,
facts.
and you calculate that, you're good, man. If the trade play out, good. If it's not, come, go away, try, come back again and do the exact same
Clear,
thing.
man.
And if,
Even if you look at it, all the areas that we had marked on previously, which were kind of aligning well with our cycle levels, as soon as the market, touches those areas, then we tend to see, a rally, perhaps, of pips and pips and pips and pips.
no,
Uh,
for sure, no, for sure. What I can also go on Bitcoin because I had some buys on Bitcoin and then price then, it's looking so bearish right now because and there's a lot of news around that the crypto markets. There might be some, short term bearish move. People are thinking that dumps are gonna be for long, but I feel like it's just building more fears in the
Market
market.
hype, yeah.
Um, but yeah, and this is all dropping here right
I
now.
mean, it's just crazy. Look at it, like literally every area that we had marked up in here, markets breaking out of that zone, retesting it, and then, rallying, probably 1,000 or even more pips. This
Now,
is
I
it's
I
just,
posted this video on YouTube as well. Like before this gold move started, I
yeah.
posted market around here,
Mm,
and even on my trading view profile, they are posted on there as well. So it's like price is literally doing exactly what we wanted to do. Now that we
exactly.
didn't even gold crossing above this, 1 hour bearish candle here, we might see a retest on there. But as long as price starting to trade like this, we might see some push into the high. But honestly, if we start to trade above 4,100 here, we might see gold running to 4,200. But again, like that's the psychological number. The idea from 4,000 is to go to 4,500. But
Yeah.
before we get there, you can use this small psychological number here as your target. Or no, okay, if I'm trying to stay in this trade, if we're gonna break from this level here, what's the next level that the market might react to off from? And if you pay attention to like most of these reactions here, yes, they're reacting from like some form of supply or demand area, but most of the time they're all aligned with the psychological levels.
Psychological levels, yeah, institutional levels.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, man, for now, gold, honestly, there's nothing too much. I'll just go over Bitcoin real quick.
Yeah, now, yeah, of course, yeah.
Bitcoin wise is looking crazy. I had some buys here, I think on the 15-minute time frame here. I've been on the charts, bro. Bro, I don't think I ever been locked in on the chart as much as I do this past few like months, bro. Like I'm literally on the chart, bro. But Bitcoin, I feel like Bitcoin, I'm taking all these trades here. These trades are based on like the idea that it's building up from, this higher time frame zone here. That's why I was scaling in some buys here. But I understand price action wise, on the 4 hour time frame we're bearish. So I can't be too aggressive with the buys because if
Yeah.
we see the daily time frame, price might still dump a bit more. But I'm playing the structure on the on Bitcoin right now on the 1 hour sorry daily time frame. So it's like
Yeah, exactly.
and ideally, this is the higher high here. So everything else here for me is just a
It's
reaction.
just noise.
So this sells that is happening because there might be a huge drop if Bitcoin is gonna try to take out this low here. We might see a retest on 100K. So if price breaks that level, we might have you know some nice dump back down to like 80 or some shit. But that's a long time drop that we're looking for. But it's
Yeah.
like is the main structure on that weekly time frame anyway. So ideally, that is still valid. So market can do
Even
whatever it do here, but it can all come all the way down there because that's
even
the weekly structure. I mean, so
even if you look at those tops there, there's a tool within TradingView that they call it divergence, where
divert.
even if, yeah, even there's some sort of divergence in there, which is sort of
Yeah.
a retracement perhaps from those areas. Because if you look at the market has tested it few times, it has failed to break above it. And then for you to be, looking, potential buys on here is a bit risky. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's very risky due to the
Nah,
simple fact that all from that area all the way to that area we can even take as a divergence. But yeah, I guess it's just a matter of waiting and see what the market tends to do. But yeah,
nah,
there's a lot of reason for the market to retrace a bit deeper. Um,
there's a lot of reason. Even if you look at the Fibonacci alone, though, there is a lot of we can retest 61.8, and that is 93. We can retest 78.60, that is 85. We can even go a deeper retest all the way to 88.60, and that is 80K, which is perfectly aligned with this cycle level. So, as long as Bitcoin is trading in this range, market can crash, whatever can happen, but price action is still bullish. That's the overall goal in the game. You know what I mean? It's like price can build up and go and make some crazy all-time high, and then everyone is now thinking, "Oh, this market is bullish. It's bullish. Yes, it's still
exactly,
bullish."
and
It's
that
still-
that's when a lot of the times the market tends to manipulate. When there's a lot of high, when there's a lot of when there's a lot of eagerness towards that pair, towards that commodity, towards this or towards that. Then, we tend to see a lot of a lot of manipulation. To be honest, same thing happened with gold. There was a lot of people talking about gold is the thing, gold is this, gold is that. Then
yeah.
obviously we've seen the most anticipated maybe sell off. I think it fell about what 30% in a day or something like that.
No, yeah, gold did drop. I feel like the yesterday's drop, they were like that was the craziest drop since April 2020
Yeah,
or so.
exactly. Since some very long time.
But yeah, man, when it comes to Bitcoin, and there's a lot of news around Bitcoin that Bitcoin might dump, like there's a lot of news. So you just gotta use like the fundamental and understand the market structure that's happening behind that
Hmm.
actual currency pair or the crypto pair, wherever that might be, and try to build the market structure on there. But even though you can just trade your normal way that you trade, most of the time it's just going to be aligning perfectly with these fundamentals and everything else. So as long as you're patient, I feel like we'll catch a lot of this move without trying to pressure it any too much. But yeah, man, Bitcoin currently I'm in some shorts. The reason for that is obviously I was kinda in some bullish trend, so that the market structure is telling me there might be some bearish um in this market right now. So for the coming days, I'm just seeing what this price might do here. But like you can see here, we did buy Bitcoin, and then obviously when the market start to give me a reason and be like, okay, maybe it's time to look for some short, and then obviously I start to look for some sales here. But apart from that, I'm be looking for buy some Bitcoin for like months. I was just buying, and price action is now, giving us a bit reason. So we just go with that. And yeah, man, it's even crazy, bro. Even MX was texting me today saying, "Oh, your trading volume has increased, etc." Like,
Yeah,
but Bitcoin is looking good. I end the buys here, and then obviously price them start to trade back below this previous month mid level that we have here, which is 112K. So from there, I was looking for selling signal, and price retest there on the 5 minute. It was so clean because it was session time, and obviously, like if we were meant to go high from there, we shouldn't. Why? Because the 4 hour structure is really bearish. If you see here, we had a nice retest on the 200 EMA, and obviously, like this is the first time we actually had a retest on there after we break it. So you know there is so much confluence on that trade that okay, Bitcoin might start to trade lower from here. That is the main reason the sell-off start to happen from here. So and this volume here, look, this don't even make sense. This was just a liquidation above here.
yeah, facts.
Like market just grab liquidity and now it's trying to dump.
The
So
classic.
yeah, you can see a wick here. So there is very high chance when you see like wicks like this, there is very, very high chance. Price is most
Market.
likely going from all the way there. If he's gonna buy from here, it should be above here, but there's very high chance we're gonna feel that way. So you just gotta pay attention to everything that you can see and just understand the translation that you're doing in your head.
Exactly. So guys, you've had it well. You've had it from the man, Suleiman. So you better take notes. Full of gems, I'll be
So
honest.
like we're actually on the chart, bro. We're on the chart. I'm really going with what the market is doing, not what I want the markets to do, which is what was killing me before. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The
And that's
moment you start to switch it, well, I feel like everything will start to feel so light because
exactly. And then I feel like a lot of people tend to fall into this trap where they really want to execute based on what they want to see, not based on what the market is translating to them. Those are two big difference, the big different things. Actually going with the flow based on whatever the market is telling you, and then going with the flow, we're going with the flow based on what you as a person or as a trader want to see. Those are two different types of trading. But if you're able to master those, then I guess perhaps you're only gonna see a lot of changes in obviously.
for sure. Now, for me, like right now, if I see a huge drop on Bitcoin, I'm not surprised because these volumes in these candles here they can't hold the market to actually do the push that we're expecting Bitcoin to do from this level. And it's like the daily time frame is still forming some, swing formations and everything.
Mhm.
We had a fourth sign here because we had one, two, three prices closing bearish, and then we had a pullback here for 3 days, and then we're actually doing the same thing here. So, yesterday we closed below that bullish candle here, which is indicating more sellers might be in the chart,
And be
and the
stepping.
area that is happening from here, obviously, like you can see, we have so many reasons here. If prices whenever we trade in above that area here, just mark that real quick so you see that clearly. Whenever we're trading above here, you can see whenever price is above that level, what it does, it just bounce from it, But the moment we start to see trading below here, we just need to use the same logic because the first time we were trading below here, what happened next? Price dropped. And now the first time we were above here, we did come to a little bit, but we didn't fully retest it, but we can count it as a retest because price is almost at that level anyway. What happened next? Price then just bounced from there, and then within the structure, we're not breaking the main structure that we're in. So we're still in that structure. So even if we see Bitcoin coming all the way here, we shouldn't be surprised because that's the structure we're in. So, we can come all the way here and then price can build some more volume here, then we can go. If that don't happen,
Start.
only one thing just happen, you know what I mean? So if price then start to break below that level, we can be like, okay, maybe the market is trying to change the direction a bit. We might have like a deeper retracement. So
Yeah.
until that happen, yes, I'm in the sell on Bitcoin, but I'm not too crazy about it because I'm still in the structure that I need to see market trading in. So it's only good that you take advantage of the trade when you see the opportunity, but
No,
don't
yeah,
get
like I said, as long as the price is giving the reasons, the valid reasons, for you to do one thing over one or one thing over the other, then it only makes sense for one to um, take advantage of it.
now for sure, man. Yeah, for that Bitcoin, let's see if price can come all the way back down here. When we drop here, we'll see what price action might do from here. If it hurts, we might see market play around this level a little bit, and then we can see, potentially the price will start to go from there.
And
If
then
that happens from there, if that don't happen, one thing will happen. We'll see price do the next thing, which would be something like maybe dropping below that level, which is this, having some retest on here, and then give us another drop all the way back down to this actually low here. Because you can see here we have a lot of area that this market needs to go to.
yeah,
It's from this level here. So price can come all the way to here, and that's the 80K that we were talking about. So we just gotta be patient and like let's see what the market does from here. But for me, that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. So these two things. Either we buy from this level or we break it and dump even a little bit further. Bitcoin.
I guess you've kind of covered everything that needed to be covered And it is a matter of, as we emphasize every single call after every single call, be patient, plan your trade, trade your plan. Is the only way to go about it, to be honest. And then on
Yeah,
that, Suleiman number two, is he here today or is he not here?
he's
Over
listening.
here,
He's
bro. I'm
listening, bro.
listening.
He's enjoying the chat.
Yeah,
Uh, this guy, listen, you need to stop enjoying the chats and actually doing the talking, the thought process behind it.
yeah. I mean, I got a chat on my computer as well, though, but this one, I just listen to you guys and more.
That
So what,
shit.
so what are you thinking? Are we bullish on BTC, on Bitcoin, or are we bearish?
Bro,
Me and Sule on the same trend, bro.
you do all the work, bro.
Yeah, okay, okay.
But yeah, man, I mean, bro, that was a nice Wednesday recap, though. I feel
Now,
like
but listen, let's see, because this Saturday, I actually want us to, probably have a link up, maybe somewhere in Mani or something like that.
it's the Bilal, and this guy, they come into Leeds, So if you're free as well, you might as well come.
What day on Saturday?
Yeah, Sabado.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. What around what time though?
Just getting back kaki kungana kinyere time base, so probably it's gonna be like I'm not too sure about that time, but that guy I was trying to invite him on the live, but I didn't even check my Snapchat to see. But I'll ask him what happened. So if he tell me time, I'll let you
Well,
know.
who's that? Bilal.
Yeah, Bilal, yeah.
Bilal is a very busy guy, bro.
Yeah, nah, inshallah, we're gonna make it. They come in though, so yeah, get Saturday maybe if you can make it as well, man. Why not? Let's have a
Yeah, okay, okay. In that note, because like I said, I don't really have much of a plans, for Saturday or either Sunday. Then, I'll be thinking to kind of make my way there. But if anything changes, then definitely, like I said, I'll definitely update you, and then yeah,
nah, but yeah, inshallah, bro. Yeah, I'll upload that video on YouTube. Let's get
yeah.
the trend going, bro. But yeah, man, inshallah, bro.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we'll speak on Friday again, and inshallah.